In the tranquility of the night, some stories quietly come to life. Welcome to Hauntings and Horrors. Now, I will take you through chilling tales. God, this was a mistake. This was all such a bad mistake. Okay. I don't want anyone else coming in after us and getting hurt. And I want people to know what happened. There's 5 of us. My name's Alex. I came with Bella, Christopher, Lisa, and JT Bringer. Met Lisa and Bella are gone. I'm pretty sure JD is too, but I haven't seen them. It doesn't matter. Though, none of us are making it out of here alive. Anyone who hears this message, if you get calls, text from me, anything, do not try to rescue me. I will not ask for help. Don't answer any calls from JD either. I'm sorry to do that to them, but just don't. We went urban exploring. We live in Dan. I don't want curious people coming. We are in the Lowry neighborhood of a metro area. It's a sloping neighborhood with mansions and some historic buildings. And at the crest there's this huge old boarded apartment building called Oak Hill. Not just boarded up. It's sealed tight. We didn't know why. I swear we didn't know. Now we do so. This morning we got a message from Lisa in our group chat of the dilapidated outer facade of the building with the lettering Oak Hill among boarded up windows and graffiti. What's that? Matt replied quickly. JT responded, Oak Hill. Lisa, what's up? Are you there now or something? Lisa then sends a picture of nothing but blackness. Matt came back with can't see west, it's dark. Are you inside? How did you get in? Lisa replied with a single word. In lowercase inside. We agreed to meet up out front, as it was dangerous for anyone to be exploring alone. Lisa simply replied with 2 words again. In lowercase, dark inside. We decided to bring some extra flashlights with us. We all showed up around the same time. Bright sunshine. On the streets around us. Grain trays. Traffic sounds. The Lowry neighborhood is in the heart of the city. Anytime we'd walk through on our way to the food co. Up or downtown or the bar, Lisa would talk about Oak Hill and wonder why it's never been redeveloped. The building itself is brick with the name Oak Hill carved into the stone arch over. The boarded doors must have been nice apartments back in the day. Now a window is blocked with metal gratings over the boards, rusted and nailed into the brick so that curious teenagers and homeless folks can't get in no holes or gaps in any of these boards to peek through. Sealed up tight until today. Guys, I found a way and called JT. All of us hurried over. JT crouched in the well of an eye's window, their hand resting on the rusty metal grate below the window. Well, a section of the grate had been peeled back. The rusted nails popped out. The board beneath was broken off and missing. Dang. Did Lisa cut the opening? Exclaimed. Bella must have been this wasn't here last week, said Matt. Really stupid of her to go alone. Though Nat was the boss of us when Lisa wasn't around. I guess Nat was always the boss of us. Lisa could be pushy, but wasn't a team player. Whereas Nat kind of looked out for everyone and tried to get consensus. Lisa's kind of a badass, but also really reckless, and often just goes off and does stuff on her own, despite claiming to be our fearless leader. After Matt and Lisa, I guess the next in charge would be JT. The thoughtful one. CO and me. We were just along for the ride. JT dropped in first, flicking on their headlamp and flashlight. One by one we followed. The window led into a small apartment unit with white walls, a narrow closet, and doors leading to the bathroom and living room beneath the cheap popcorn ceiling. The apartment was totally bare, except for this huge and disgusting stain on the carpet reddish brown, with spatters that bled out onto the floor. We found out into the kitchen closet. Bathroom. Hey, I found a rubber ducky bell from the bathroom. Squeeze the duck. I came over to take a look, but Matt barked at us. Focus. We gotta find Lisa. JT was opening the door to the hallway and stuck their head out, flashlight flickering up and down the corridor as I came and peeked over their shoulder. Most abandoned places you have daylight shining in through windows or doorways. But here, with everything sealed tight, the only lights came from the egress window we climbed through. The rest of the building was black as a tomb, creepy, dangerous. If your batteries run out, there's no escape. Just going to finish this account, since there's no way out. Thought I heard JT, but it was probably just that thing. God damn it. Sitting here in this bathtub in the pitch dark is terrifying. I can hear every beat of my heart. I'd almost rather run out there and end it. I don't know how Lisa was so bold to come here alone. No, I guess, like us, she just thought it was an abandoned building. If she'd known, if she'd had a chance, I'm sure she'd have warned us. Lisa was always brave. She'd have sealed herself inside and let that thing take her before she'd ever let us explore. As far as we did, when she didn't answer our phone calls or our yells, we decided to search. What is this? A 3-floor building, 4 with the basement. That's a lot of rooms, said JT. Bella dialed Lisa's phone again while Matt called Lisa. Silence. Probably going to jump, scare us or something. I nudged Day. Day. Yep, she held up her fist, which I don't. Matt signed, giving us an exasperated look. All right, let's split up. Wait. Sequoia, battery system. You and JT. But I was already waltzing out the door with Bella. Matt glanced at JT for help. He knew Bella and me would just goof off, but JT just shrugged, not wanting to get involved. Fine, relented Matt. Alex and Bella, you to take the 2nd and 3rd floor. JT and I will take the basement and first call as soon as you find anything. No P ranking. Okay, Alex. You understand I did a mock military salute. Roger. That Bella echoed. Matt sighed as we took off, Rogering down the hall. Yeah. I know we were real dumb. Okay. It just seemed like an empty, ordinary apartment building. Lisa was going to be fine. Everything was going to be fine. It was all supposed to be fine. All the apartments had an identical layout, most with white walls, but a few with beige and one with god-awful lime green. Why though? Sequoia asked, flicking her tongue in disapproval. We split up to explore faster. I ended up in a unit chock full of garbage bags, messy and reeking. Bella found one with ugly wallpaper and a battered baby doll. The next unit of mine had furniture still inside, including a bunch of chairs stacked on top of each other towards the ceiling. Spooky. Hey, called Bella from across the hall at lunch. Found some food in the refrigerator. Meanwhile, our phones kept buzzing with updates from the group. Matt and JT confirmed that the basement and 1st floor were more clear. Bella tried to lighten the mood with a joke. I laughed from the apartment. I was exploring and heard Sequoia's pealing laughter from down the hall. Too bad. Lisa wasn't paying attention to our hilarity. She would have joined in. We were about halfway through the 2nd floor when my phone buzzed again. It was another picture from Lisa, the same as before, utterly pitch black. JT responded into dark. Can't see it. Which floor are you? It was difficult to tell what Lisa replied with at first, as there were a few missing letters and spaces where they shouldn't have been. But she was asking which floor we were on. I was crafting a text to reply to the group when something winked in my flashlight beam. I peered down the hall, frowning. Near the end of the corridor was a door marked trash room. Wedged into the door was a black satchel decorated with enamel pins. Drawing closer, I saw cats, rainbows, and one that read bad Lisa's shoulder bag. Lisa, Lisa, I called. I yelled back down the hall for Bella, but she was exclaiming about paintings and old balloons and some expired cookies in a cupboard. I sucked in a breath and shut the door, throwing my shoulder against it because something was blocking it from the other side. Finally, I forced it open enough to squeeze through. I tripped over legs. The flashlight skittered out of my hand when I fell, bouncing into the wall and coming to rest so that it's being shown back at me, blinding me but also leading my gaze to glistening red. I looked back at the door to the weight that was blocking it, and my heart shot into my throat. My airways closing and my lungs tightening and every muscle snapping. Tao, I couldn't get an air, couldn't get enough oxygen to scream. Lisa's vacant eyes stared back at me. Her head at an impossible angle, bent backwards to stare over her shoulders. Her legs and arms twisted in odd directions like a broken doll. My phone started to buzz incessantly. "God," I gasped. Ignoring the buzzing of my phone, I scurried against the back wall under the trash chute fumbled. My phone opened up my text to type a frenzied message. Before Matt confirmed the all clear for the first 2 floors, he asked again where Lisa was. To my amazement, my mouth hung open as Lisa, or something pretending to be Lisa, said, "3rd floor, Matt agreed to meet in the west stairwell." I froze mid-typing eyes on the phone because what the hell? 3rd floor. I glanced up at Lisa's body. How she didn't ever phone. "Don't go to the 3rd floor." I screamed SC and quickly tapped on the keys. I typed out in all caps, "I can see Lisa's body." "That isn't Lisa. Don't go to the 3rd floor." I shrieked for them as I ran out of the trash room and into the hallway. At that point, I wasn't thinking about making noise. Wasn't thinking at all. I just screamed Sequoia and ran back the way we came towards the apartment she'd been looking at with the paintings, no trace of Bella. I ran all the way to the stairwell and dialed Matt. After a few rings, he picked up. "Matt." "Alex." "What?" "Don't go to the 3rd floor. Lisa's dead." "What? She's dead?" I shouted in the 2nd floor trash room. "I found her body. She's dead. Her neck is broken. Something killed her." I was hysterical. Matt on the other end kept saying things like "woo" and "calm down." And I heard him tell JT it's Alex freaking out, saying Lisa is dead. In the background, JD asking if it was a prank and Matt saying he didn't know and then asking Alex is AOI with no listen. "Matt, you can't stay up there. You and JT. You have to leave now. Alex, just chill. We're coming back down." For the phone went dead. No more words. No screams or shouts or any sound at all. Just suddenly. Nothing. Just silences. "Matt." I whispered Matt. I tried calling back, but it didn't connect. Tried calling JT but got no answer there either. When I tried calling Sequoia, her ringtone, a cutesy bubbly anime song, came drifting out from down the hallway, not far the room with the stacked chairs. The phone rang for a while before going to voicemail, so I dialed again the same bubbly song. Still no response from Bella. I inched my way down the hall. My flashlight beam shaking, poked my head into the apartment with the chairs and swung around the beam. Its light fell across old papers, broken gratings, and a discarded furnace filtered drip. Drip. The stack of chairs in the center of the room climbed to the ceiling. There was a hole in the ceiling above the chairs, and from it a pair of legs dangling. The cutesy anime ringtone kept going, and now I saw a faint light emanating from the jeans pocket. "So I whispered, inching closer. That dripping, oh God, was that crimson rickled down the wood of the chairs. The body came down, suddenly slipping through the hole and bringing down the cascade of chairs in a crash. I screamed, fleeing from the noise, before I even knew that I was running, but I'd seen what was left of her. Just the bottom half came tumbling down through that hole. I ducked into a closet across the hall, sliding the door shut and turning off my flashlight, trembling that noise whatever had done that to her. Whatever had done. Lisa, and probably Matt and JT must have heard that crash must be on its way. My phone buzzed. I quickly silenced it before checking the screen man was calling. I picked up hello. I whispered hello. Whispered Matt's voice. It was cloaked in static. I almost sobbed in relief. Matt, where are you guys? Are you okay? Are you okay? Said Matt. Something about the way he spoke, an echo of my words chilled me. His vocal inflection matched mine almost in mimicry. What happened to you and JT? I whispered, where are you guys? Asked Matt, what happened to you and JT? And then something that turned my veins to ice, the soft rough movement in the hallway. A shuffling and a faint wet smacking sound. Hello? Said Matt. Hello? I didn't speak. Hello? Where are you? I hung up. I quickly messaged DJT with a frantic message. JT, what happened? Are you okay? Matt just called me. But I don't think it's Matt. Where the hell are you? CO is dead. JT, are you alive? No response. I waited in the closet. I waited for 15 minutes before finally pushing open the closet door. Screw this. Screw this. I whispered, screw this. Screw this. I had to get out. Crawled out from the closet and tiptoed to the door by flashlight. Then it occurred to me that if whatever Doppin saw my light, it would catch me too. Panic sent my heart into overdrive. I couldn't hear over the sound of my blood pounding, but there was no choice. I switched off the flashlight. Pitch darkness. The sound of my own breathing. I can't describe how loud it was. How each footstep creaked or thudded as I tried to tiptoe down the corridor between apartments. Feeling my way by touch. Listening for any sound and cursing my own hammering heart for being so incredibly damn loud. I just had to get to the basement. To the egress window. I was almost at the end of the corridor when I yelped at the blaring of that anime jingle Sequoia's phone. I covered my mouth and didn't move for several seconds. Finally, the ringing stopped. Nothing but a faint hiss. Foul drip. I guess the upper half of her body was still leaking blood through the hole in the ceiling. It seemed to take an eternity to reach the stairs. Another eternity to creep down them. Finally out into the basement and peek into the pitch-dark corridor. The tiniest trickle of light bled through the open door of an apartment. That feeble light coming from the broken egress window opening out to the bright day. All I had to do was to climb through the window and I could escape. I wanted to run so bad. Just make a break for it. Thank God I didn't. As I crept to the door, a soft rustling sent the hairs on my neck standing on end, and I peered into the apartment. It was Matt. He stood by the window. Just stood there in the dark. After a few seconds, he turned his head, shuffled to the window and sniffed at the air, shuffled back into the room, swaying slightly. His footsteps dragged. There was a puddle behind him as he moved. Alex, he said, and I nearly jumped, heart leaping into my throat had he seen me. But then he cocked his head, smacking his lips. Frankie, he said Alex. Alex. Like he was practicing my name. I shrank back, retreating to the apartment across the hall. Shortly after I got inside, I heard footsteps out in the hallway. I don't know if they were JTS or if it was Lisa. Maybe come to join Matt. The window is the only exit. I'm trapped here. Trapped with no way out. I've been thinking about how to say this for the past hour and a half. There's nothing else for me to do here rather than record this in a whisper. I can't voice call anybody. I don't want my family trying to get in doing something stupid. I heard a distant sound. I think it was police bailing out the whole this complex the way it was sealed before someone in authority knew it had to stay sealed. The apartments are in good condition and the city is low on housing. Pretty sure. The reason the building isn't in use is because, well, because of what else stood up residents here. I just checked the light outside and the hall is gone. They've boarded the window and I'm never getting out. God, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. My battery is low. I just want someone to hear this. Once I finish recording, I think I'm just going to go out there. Get it over with. I don't want to sit here terrified and waiting to die alone in the dark. I think I'll make one final break for it. Remember, if I call you for help after you hear this, don't come looking for me. Don't unseal the building. I will not ask for help. JT, I'm sorry. Goodbye. The stories have been told, but their shadows will continue to haunt our minds. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to Hauntings and Horrors. Turn on notifications, so you won't miss any thrilling horror stories. Good night, and sweet dreams.